In this video, we're gonna pitch the Storm Star Kuiu 2-person 4-season mountaineering tent. Subscribe to the Slow Boat Sailing channel. We give you the secrets for your trip in the outdoors. So I bought this tent to prepare for an expedition for Aconcagua, which is known for very cold weather and very high winds. And this is, I think, probably the best balance that I could find researching all the tents on the market of a tent that can be pitched in high winds, that can stand up to high winds, but is also not obscenely heavy. So I think if you look at the tents on the market, they're typically, the 4-season tents are really heavy. This is a 5-pound tent roughly, compared to something like the Trango 2, which is a very strong 4-season tent, which is 10 pounds. And the difference between 5 pounds and 10 pounds when you're climbing from 14,000 feet to 19,000 feet is a huge difference. So what makes this such a good tent for high winds and mountaineering applications, in my opinion, is that the way it's constructed, that number one, it's so much easier than most 4-season tents because the outer fly is attached to the inner fly, the inner tent, and all you have to do is clip up the outer fly and then you've got it all pitched with the outer fly. Whereas if you're pitching in high winds, the outer fly is going to be blowing in the wind, and typically if you get a really good 4-season tent, it'll clip in the inner tent, but this one clips in both the inner tent and outer fly all at once. And I just really like the material quality for this tent. And if I knew of a better one manufactured at whatever the price, I would be tempted to get it, but at the moment I don't see that. I'm not sponsored by Kuiu. I'd never heard of them before I started researching tents for Aconcagua, but I'll tell you some more of my impressions and my first impressions from sleeping overnight. It's got very sturdy aluminum stakes, and it has 12 guy lines, 4 attachment points, and 3 very robust aluminum poles. Okay, I'm going to go through some of the specs. Its minimum weight is 5 pounds of 5 ounces, and its trail weight is 5 pounds 14 ounces. It's Ripstop Nylon 4-season, height 45 inches, 114 centimeters, length 86 inches, 218 centimeters, max width 104 inches, 64 centimeters, width head 56 inches, width foot 46 inches. It's a 2-person, but it's going to be snug. It comes in gunmetal orange, or you can also get it in gray. Alright, so my first impressions of this versus the ALPS Mountaineering Tasman 2 is it's much sturdier. It also has this outer shell that its fly is the fly is already attached, so you don't have to drape the fly as with most 4-season tents. You don't have to drape the fly over the outer cover, and potentially in high winds it would be very hard to drape the fly. So I really see this as a great high wind tent, and that's why I'm looking at it, because of Aconcagua is known for its very high winds, especially up around the mountain. And it's a much smaller tent though, so if you're looking at like a Trango, and I don't know, I haven't seen the VE for North Face, but you would compare this to like the North Face VE 25, or maybe you'd compare it to the Trango with mounted hardware. So I think the ALPS is more the Trango style, and this is a lighter tent, so you save about 2 pounds on this tent, but you don't have as much space. So for 2 guys it would be a little tight, and they talk about how one side is, you want to make sure that one side is fatter than the other side, so you want to make sure your heads are on one side. The other thing that I was surprised by when I opened it up, but I think they warned me, was that the way that you sleep is in this direction, right? Not in the vestibule direction, right? So, but that makes sense because it's a circular tent versus a tunnel type tent, which the ALPS Mountaineering Tasman 2, which is on this channel, did. So let's go inside and I'll show you what it's like. Okay, so the thing that I probably don't like the most about this is that this flap here does not have mosquito netting in it. So that's kind of a downer. I was hoping for that. But you do have mosquito netting in the both the doors. There's two doors here. There's doors on either side, so either person sleeping lengthwise can get out a different door. They have their own door and their own vestibule. So that is nice if you're using it for two people. But if you're gonna vent the top, you have the potential that you're gonna get mosquitoes. Now there are vents here that you vent kind of the whole inner tent, but if you want to vent directly from the top of the tent, you can't do that. You have to unzip the door, and the door has mosquito netting. I ended up eliminating most of the mountaineering tents that you see at base camps because they don't have these outer, that you don't, it's not a clip form, that you actually have sleeves at the top of the tent. And so for instance, the Mountain VE 25, I think, or the Mountain 25 or Mountain VE for North Face, which is very common tent you'll see on mountains all over the world. It has sleeves in this area, and so if you're in high winds, putting a tent together with sleeves is problematic. You have to wait for a non-windy time to pitch it, and I didn't think I would have that luxury. So I'm going to spend the night in it, and I'll give you my impressions after that. There's a few more things I'd say. It's got 16 stakes. I really like the stakes. They gave me, I think, 24 stakes, so I think they gave me about 8 extra stakes. I think that the manual said there were only 12, but there's actually 12. If you do all the guy lines, it's 16 stakes you need. And I think then you also maybe stake out 6 points on the ground and 10 guidelines. It's fairly stiff to put this together, so I think the mistake that I made was that the center pole, the pole that goes through the center here, that doesn't kind of loop to the side, that's the one that goes from vestibule to vestibule. That center pole, you do not want to clip it on first. You want to do the big clips on the top, and maybe the center clip first. You don't want to do the lower clips first. So I had to unclip it and then reclip it. But that is in the directions. I just didn't read them well enough. Okay, so I spent the night in the Kuiu tent. It was pretty good. Now, I think it was about 50 degrees, maybe a little lower. It was not cold at all. There was not much wind. You can hear it's raining now. I found that if I didn't fully unzip the sides, that I was getting condensation. I zipped up the top, so these top vents, they're still zipped up because there's no bug screens, which is probably my biggest gripe about the tent, that there are not bug screens through the top vents. I think that's something you'll also find in the Hilleberg tents. But of course, that's probably not an issue if you're on Aconcagua and it's really cold and really windy. So there's probably not many bugs up there. Probably not many bugs in the winter of Sweden. But it is an issue if you're using it in other seasons, in other places, but you can vent through the sides, and that's doable. It's raining now. I'm completely dry. There's no condensation in the tent since I started venting it more through the side, and seems pretty good. If you kind of look around, it's pretty small. I mean, compared to the Tasman 2 tent that I was using, it's like about half as much area, but you know, it's also 50% lighter and probably about 50% more durable in high winds. So I think that it's a great tent, and I'm gonna be hard pressed to find a better one that's gonna be good for high winds, pitching in high winds, and also being 4-season double walled. So I don't have a tent on the horizon that I would like to have better than this for that situation. So I think it's pretty good. Subscribe to the Slow Boat Sailing channel. We give you the secrets to do your outdoor adventure.